Hi, and welcome to the Knitting Game and Other Stuff. Come on in.
Scissors and string. Soon it will be spring.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to episode 72 of the Knitting Game and Other Stuff. I'm your host, Leslie, and I am sitting this week because my back still hurts from my personal training session on Friday. So I'm going to take it easy. Standing for long periods of time, my muscles just get really tight. So I would like to not start off the day that way. So, like I said, my name is Leslie, and I am Pixie Knits pretty much everywhere. And it's Pixie Knits in all sorts of different, sometimes there's an I, sometimes there's not. So if you want to get in touch with me on Ravelry or Plurk, Twitter, Pinterest, or Instagram, go to the show notes at myordinaryjourney.com and it'll just take you there. There's links to get there. So, first off, I want to say hi to everybody and thank you for coming back one more week. So, I enjoy spending some time with you guys, and I really can't imagine what I'd do on Wednesday mornings or on Wednesday in general if I didn't have the podcast. And I have to be honest, sometimes I've thought about not doing the show, and then I'm like, no, I like the show. So, hi everybody. I would like to welcome our newest Ravelry group members, and there is a link to our Ravelry group in the show notes. So first off, we have All That Cake Knit, and that's Dorothy. Artsy Joe is Jan. Have Faith is Karen. Buckhouse is Sheena. And then we've got Shikiera. So, hi and welcome everybody to the group. I hope you're enjoying yourself. And we also have some birthdays this week. We have a lot of birthdays this week. So, first off, AKA Millie, Emily. She is the dyer behind Inked Knits. She was one of the featured dyers for the AF3 Club. So, happy birthday, Emily. Love you so much. Then we have Wenmeg, which is Wendy. I miss your face. Wendy was at the knitting retreat, so hi. Miss Demeanor, Marge, Maggie. It is also her birthday. Bettina G1, Bettina. Diecat, Diana. Noonie Knits, Noonie. And MSQ Mary. So happy birthday everybody, and I hope you have a great week this week. Hopefully it will be a great week this week. So I have no shout outs or announcements this week. It's been a very quiet week. So nothing to talk about there. Events though, just to let you know, I have been confirmed for this FinQuest Adventure Retreat on August 24th in Front Royal, Virginia. Also, if you are in the Fredericksburg or Northern Virginia area, the Fredericksburg Fair is coming up at the end of the month. I believe it's the 26th through the 3rd of August. Or maybe the week before that. It's definitely the last week of July. And the Fredericksburg Spinners and Weavers Guild will be there doing demonstrations, hands-on demonstrations. So if you want to try weaving, we're going to have a loom there. If you want to try spinning, we're going to have a wheel there. If you want to try knitting, if you're not a knitter, I'm glad you watch me, and if you want to try, and if you're here, we'll have folks there that can show you how to knit. So check that out. It's the Fredericksburg Agricultural Fair. That's coming up. I will also have some upcoming happenings for the Fredericksburg area Spinners and Weavers Guild. We're starting up a fiber surface design study group, And we're also heading up some new classes and educational opportunities for those fiber artists in the area, so stay tuned for that. That should be very exciting. Alright, so getting on to the knitting game Zombie Flash Your Stash. So this is week 3. So when I announce this week's winner, obviously you know what I'm going to show next week, which package is going to be the last package, but that's okay. So you won't have anything to vote on this week, but at least there's more to show. So let's get into it. So this week you only had 2 packages to vote on, which was Tropical Witch and the Man. So the winner with 93% of the vote, somebody really enjoys voting, and I really enjoy that they do. So the winner with 93% of the vote was Tropical Witch. So I thought this one was going to go a little bit sooner because you think Tropical Witch, what in the world? Okay, so here's what it is. First off is the second thing I scored from Dancing Dog Dye Works. This is Tropical Twist. It is a self-striping. It is aqua, yellow, and green. It is 100% superwash merino, and it's fingering weight, but it is a nice, puffy, soft fingering weight. Please hand wash me. That is so cute. And it's 218 yards, so I'm not sure what I will do with this. I thought it was cute. It's not quite enough. Maybe some ankle socks, but then it's not any nylon. But it's really nice and puffy. So maybe some other little, I don't know, maybe another little owl puff. I'm sure that would be kind of cute with this. So we've got Tropical Twist Stripe. So that's the tropical. Now here's the witch. So I did buy some fiber while I was there at the Zombie Knit Apocalypse. Not a ton, but I did buy some fiber. So this is the Witching Hour from the first draft. And if you watch Jenna, Retro Lemon Studios, I think it was Jenna that picked this colorway up as well. Now, it is really dark, and I try to have the light, but it's going to be kind of hard to see, I think. It's purple and green, but like a bluish green. It's very dark and subtle. It might just come out black on the show, but it's purples and greens. But it's superwash merino, and I think Jenna had Polworth. So this is the superwash merino. So that is the witch, the Witching Hour. So we've got the tropical and the witch, and then like I said, I went a little bag crazy. I don't know why, I make my own. But anyway, I just couldn't pass this one up. It is a cutie pie. So Elizabeth Quinton Designs, Amanda from Knitting in the Sun, she was also a vendor there at the Zombie Knit Apocalypse, and I had to pick up one of her, this is one of her large box bags. I think it's a large, yes, a large box bag. And it's sheep. How could you go to a knitting retreat and not get the little sheep bag? Adorable. Just the cutest thing ever. And it is a large bag. It is very large. So I keep all my goodies from this prize package in the bag. So I'm not going to wear it on my head. I'll put it on my head and it'll fall off. But a large box bag from Elizabeth Quinn Designs. So Amanda, hey! So that was Tropical Witch. And as I said, next week you guys get And the Man. And my hair is probably a mess. So, I don't have anything in progress from prior knitting games. I do have the exotic draped ruffle in the kind of like the queue. I never started it. I never cast it on, but that was a winner that needs to get worked on, and that will probably be the next knitting game project that I do. And if you're paying attention, yes, you notice I said I don't have any knitting game projects in progress. That's right, because I finished the Vittorio. Man, I finished the Vittorio last night and I blocked it. I was so very excited. So here's the Vittorio. Where I was last week, I was at this stitch marker. I don't know if you can see it, but this yellow stitch marker. So because I was doing decreases, my time, it flew off the needles. Once I got over this hump here in the middle, because it's a crescent shaped shawl, so it's a little wider here in the middle. Once I got past that middle part, it flew. And I couldn't be happier with it. So I'm going to take my stitch marker off because now you guys have seen it and it's finished and it's blocked. So I have to weave in the ends, but that's no big deal. So there we go. It is finished and it's kind of reversible, but so some thoughts on this one. I know I've heard a lot of folks say that they really enjoy when podcasters let people know what they don't particularly care for or what they would do different in a pattern. So this is what I would do different in this pattern. Along the inside edge is a detail. I don't know if you can pick it up, but it's kind of like tiny little teeth. So you do a series of mini bind offs all along the edge here. And I wouldn't do that. I would just do a straight 4-stitch garter strip along the inside. I don't think that it's really necessary to do the 2-stitch bind off every 4 rows or whatever it is. I'm not giving anything away in the pattern, believe me. So you fluctuate between 2 and 4 stitches on this inside edge. And it doesn't, to me, it doesn't bring anything aesthetically to the project. And then I don't think it does anything visually or like functionality. I don't see that it really serves any sort of function other than to make me take up more time. So let's see. I keep stepping on my ends. So for this one, because I have a really long end here to weave in, I would skip doing that edge. I would just do a straight 4-stitch garter instead. I think it would look neater, I think it would look cleaner, and I think it would go faster if I did it that way. But that, ladies and gentlemen, is the Vittorio, and I'm finished. So I didn't do any wool wash, so it just smells like yarn. What are you gonna do? But yay, another project off the needles. So I am just that much closer to knitting to 0. So moving on to the other stuff. Knitting, I didn't knit on anything but the Vittorio this week, so the next thing I have waiting in the wings that I will work on this week are my Bainbridge Island socks. I have like 14 rounds, and then I'm going to be able to bind those off too. So next week I have to put in the heel, so I don't know how long that'll take me, but I have 14 rounds to the cuff, and then I have to do the heel, and then I'll be finished with those. So I'm hoping to have another finished object next week. So after that, the only other thing that I have three things that are actually on the needles. So the three things that I have on the needles are my Rocky Coast cardigan, my Downton Abbey Mystery KAL that I started back in January. I still have all the episodes DVR'd, so I can watch them while I do that, but I have to finish that. And then my Don't Cage Me in socks. And I don't remember where I left off, and I don't know where the pattern is that I was using. Like, I was using a printed pattern. So I'm thinking I might actually frog those and start those over again, because I don't know where I am. Yeah. So, but that is in the Sugar Maple sock in the Unforgettable colorway. I won that from Highland Handmaids, so I want to do a Highland Handmaids pattern with that sock yarn, and it's definitely a colorway that you will never get again, because it was one of those one-offs where she was soaking up the dye pots, and it was just a little bit of everything she had, and it came out beautiful. It's like this green, gray, blue kind of palette, and it was really nice. So in the meantime, works in progress. Like I said, I have my Bainbridge Island socks that are on the needles, and those are the oldest socks that I have on the needles. And I'm having an oldest sock knit along, and we start at the beginning of June, and this goes through the end of July. So I will be closing the knit along on the 31st of July. You have to have your entry in, and here is how it works. Find the socks that you have had on your needles for the longest amount of time. They have to have been started before the 1st of June. Okay, so before the 1st of June, you have had to have these socks started. Now what's going to happen is you finish those socks before the end of the time period, so before the 31st of July. Then what you get to do, excuse me here while I readjust, is if you finish those socks by the 31st of July and you have time, go into your stash, find the oldest sock yarn that you have, and do another pair of socks. And then you get 2 entries and 2 pairs of socks. How about that? Isn't that awesome? So, the KAL now has prizes. So if you enter and you have your 2 entries, here is what you have. This is the minimum. This is the minimum of what you can win. I haven't added any more than this, so I'm going to come over here. So the first thing in the package is a cute little owl themed notions pouch. It has a zipper. It is fully lined with the coordinating fabric. I don't know if you can see all up in there. So coordinating fabric, pretty. So this is prize number 1, okay? And prize number 2 is a large surprise. It is one of my bags. It's from Pixie Knits Designs. It is a large project bag. Now, I don't have one to show you. Most of the bags I have on my shop are either the medium project bags, which are really great for like socks, scarves, like little scarf or shawlettes, or I have the extra large bags, which are great for sweaters. You can keep a sweater's worth of, you can keep a sweater's worth of yarn, plus the project, plus the pattern and everything, and notions, everything you need for the project in the bag. This was a request to develop an in-between size. So this is my in-between size. So this is going to be the large project bag. It will have a handle. It does have a zipper. It is fully lined. No exposed seams. Love that. Oh, it just makes me happy. And the whole time I was making this, I'm thinking, oh, I hope Jenna enters because it's got owls on it. Oh, I wish I had more of this fabric because it's owls. So, yeah, if you would like this, this would be good for large shawls, baby sweaters, things of that nature. So, you will get the matching set, the pouch with the bag. So that is at least one price. I don't know if I'm going to include any yarny goodness to go with that. If someone is so inclined to send a donation, I'm not going to say no. But you don't have to. So that is the prize right now as it stands for the oldest sock knit along. So, okay, that's enough of the knitting. Now let's get on to the spinning. So I still have my Into the World BFL silk in the Sensa colorway on the wheel. And I'm still working on my coarse spun hobbledehoy crazy art bat with everything. It's called the Sassafras bat. And I have resting my faux cashmere from Wild Hair Fiber Studios. But until the weather cools off and gets a little bit drier, I'm not going to work on the cashmere because it'll pill as it's in the braid. So I'm going to leave that. I do have, and in the hank, it is my End of the World Sassafras Crazy Art Bat Coarse Spun yarn. I couldn't fit any more on the bobbin, so I had to take it off. This is horribly overspun. As you can see, it just wants to twist right up. So I don't know if washing and thwacking that will necessarily get it all out. I'm not necessarily worried about it being overspun, though. It's an art bat. It's supposed to be crazy art yarn. So the fact that it's like really got a lot of tension to it and energy, I'm not really worried about that. But I wanted to show you guys some of the things. So here's some of the sequence that's spun into it. Pretty cool. I've got a few of those throughout here. This is some of that thread that I was talking about, the golden thread. So there's some of that in there. And it's just all sorts of stuff. And it's just happy fun yarn. Let's see. These aren't mohair locks. I went back and looked. These are BFL locks. So those gave me a lot of problems, really, when I was trying to spin it. I don't know, something about, it would kind of get stuck, not on my orifice. It would go through my orifice just fine, but my yarn guide onto the bobbin, it kind of got stuck there. So this was 75 yards or so of this art yarn. And like I said, I'll probably decorate with it or something. It's really cool, the sequence, though. And I'm doing a horrible job of making it back into a hank. But I pulled it off on my Niddy Noddy, and my Niddy Noddy doesn't make very large skeins. So there you go. And it's got sparkles and pops and lovely stuff. Well, I decided I like doing that so much. I went a little crazy last week with the purchases. So I did buy some more hobbledehoy fiber. So I got a package of wild batlings. I'm not going to take them out of the plastic, but you can see it's just got a little bit of everything. And I think this will be great practice again for the coarse spun yarn and doing some of the more artsy fartsy yarns, which I enjoy. It's fun and pleasant, and I'm sorry if I'm messing with my hair so much today. But it's just a lot of fun, and I like having fun when I spin. And then for some reason, I don't know why, but this is the Sanchi. It's Merino Silk 80/20. I'll take it out of the bag. Ooh, I got a little sample of something and it just fell. It's heavy. But for some reason, these blues and purples and oranges just really spoke to me. So I had to pick this one up too. And there's some pinks in here. It just kind of reminds me of like a dusky sunset. Really. Like that. I don't know about where you guys live, but we have sunsets that look like this all the time. And I love that. And it just... something about it just makes me think of the fall. To me, these are very fall colors. I don't know why. So, I'm going to have to be very careful when I back out so I don't squish whatever it was that was in there that I didn't see. So, that's all I have for this week. It's now 9 o'clock, so I have to go change and get ready for work. I hope you all have a great week, and you don't have to vote, so the pressure's off. You guys get a week off, so that's a lot of fun. So until next time, I will see you later. Bye.